Hello everybody, Brad Johnson here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing in Adronis, and Adronis is going to be speaking about why the loving attract the harsh. We are here. At this time, we bid you greetings, and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning in to this broadcast through your internet collective consciousness. We shall speak on the idea, as the topic is called, why the loving attract the harsh. Now, many of you, before coming upon this planet, have an enrichment of love to give. In fact, you have been looking down at the earth and you see a lot of what is going on as a sole spectator, and you want to come down to the earth and you want to help out the people upon the earth. You want to bring forward your own love energy in the greatest way that you can. And so you agree to play the game. You agree to pop into incarnation, as it were, and therefore begin to live this life. And that enrichment of innocence, that purity of love, stays with you. It is not lost when you are in incarnation. But what happens to many of you is that you go into a certain state of shock. You are in a certain state of shock because how everything feels so physical. Everything feels so dense. Everything feels so solid here. It's so tangible here. And again, it is that shock feeling that therefore creates that particular type of suppression relating to love. And there are those in that sense who cannot handle it, and there are those in that sense who are able to adapt with this solid physical reality and are able to greatly shine their light. They are beautiful young children, helping all the time, wanting to give hugs, wanting to give compassion, wanting to give kisses, wanting to give love to everyone and everything that is around them. And that love is so pure. It is so powerful. It is so great. Now, those loving children that therefore start to grow into teenagers and grow into adults feel like they have lost that aspect of love altogether. But all you really have to do is regain it. You regain it by remembering of your childlike innocence. This is why the inner child is so important. But let's focus on the ones who have been able to retain their childlike innocence, their inner child. And they radiate this love so powerfully that it sets them on a different level. Now, they're able to manifest pretty much anything they wish. They want to manifest a successful business, they have it done. They want to manifest a loving partner in their life who supports them, they have it done. They want to manifest travel, they have it done. Whatever they wish. But they notice that there are still some of these very, very harsh people that come into their reality. And these harsh people can be bullies. They can feel like they are very antagonistic. They feel like they contradict everything. Well, how in the heck did these people get into my life? I'm such a loving being. I manifest whatever I want. I'm always bringing myself up into the heights. So why am I constantly attracting these harsh people in my life? To show you that the love that you hold is to be exercised, not just through the self, but for others. So what that means is that as you move into these higher illuminating levels of love, you are to give it away. You are to share it. You are to contribute it, because every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You will meet people who are love-starved. Again, they were not able to carry on that love through their younger years into their older years. And so they feel that they are bogged down by the idea of life, that life is so unfair, and that they voluntarily starve themselves with lack. And the lack becomes the starvation. And they do not have love within themselves. And so anybody doing well Anybody showing a great deal of compassion and love and happiness is something that they may feel to be nauseating, because they don't feel themselves that they're able to receive this love. They feel that they are cut off from it. And whenever they see somebody else doing so well, this relates to the idea of jealousy. This relates to the idea of feeling that, oh, that person gets everything and I get nothing. I'm feeding off the scraps of life, and they get everything on a silver platter. And that's not really the case, no. It's because that particular person that is so loving was able to maintain that love. They were able to discipline themselves and realize the love that they hold. They realized that it was there. They realized they could put it into work. And they did wonderful things for themselves. Now, it's that person's responsibility as well to share their love, to give love to those who are in lack. Well, Adronis, if I do that, then it feels like this is going to happen, and I feel like I'm going to have to be enslaved to this person if I give this love, and it feels like I'm going to be on hands and feet with them for the rest of my days if I try to put all this love together with you. Well, that again is a belief. Because you have to understand, love is freely given. Did you have to pay your mother or your father the ability for them to love you through any particular forms of currency exchange? No, you didn't. You were able to receive the great love from your parents. And if it was not from your parents, it was from elsewhere. Because this is how you became a loving being. Love was nourished in some way for you to have this love, to share it with the world. And there are those who felt very unloved by their parents, or unloved by their family, or unloved by their friends, and they're broken down. So it's no more different than seeing this homeless person on the street who feels like they have absolutely nothing to them. And all they want to do, rather than holding out their hand, begging for assistance, is they want to yell at everybody that walks down the sidewalk and say, oh, you have such a great life and I have nothing. You have it all and I have absolutely nothing, etc. And then there are those who are so heartfelt, they will sit next to that person. And they may not even say a word to that person. They just see that person as themselves. And they shower that person with love, which means they are not argumentative with them. They are not looking for a debate. They're not looking for a conflict, not in any way. This person who has sincere, compassionate love for this other who is homeless, who wants to fight at the world, just sits down with them. He looks at him directly in the eyes, and his eyes tell the story. His eyes reflect that kindness and love and compassion. And that homeless man meets that gaze with the other man. And you now start to feel, through that homeless man, that hatred melting away. Did that involve any particular type of money? Did that involve so many years of dedication to actually start to work with such a person? Did that involve a conflict? Any other particular forms of harshness? No. It was the idea that a person came down right next to that person, sat down next to them, and just looked at them with loving intent. And the love was so strong that it penetrated this man's soul. And this man's soul softened, because this other man was able to give what this homeless man never ever had: love and affection, compassion on their soul. And that's it. That's why you have the love that you have. That's why you are radiating this beautiful energy of happiness, of joy, of compassion. That love needs to be put to work, not just for yourself, not for the aspect of selfish needs. It's the idea that when you are truly loving, you are selflessly helping others. It does not matter who they are. It does not matter what they are going through. You don't even have to say a single word to them. You simply look at them. You're present with them. If they are suffering, if they are having their heads hung down low and sobbing, You are there to rub their back and just to be present with them, to share that love. This is why so many of you get triggered in that way, is because many of you are still looking for your love through the idea of self-based deeds. Well, I have all this right now. I have this house. I have all this money. I can travel. I can do that. Yes, that's all fine and good, but how many people have you helped with that love? That's the question to ask yourself, because that is why love is there. Love is a selfless quality. It is not a selfish quality. So when you understand that love is truly selfless, meaning it's not about you, it's about everybody else, it's about everything, now you know exactly where to put that love. Yes, you can certainly apply love to yourself, but that's not its only nature. It's a selfless quality. And so the more that you work with love on a selfless level, the greater it will expand, the greater it will grow, the more potent it will become. Because you're working with other people. You're helping other people out. And you may not even have to say a word to them. You're just present. You're walking down a street and you're blessing everybody. There does not need to be an excuse for that. There's not need to be an excuse for the idea of you wanting to share your love with people you don't know. And most importantly, it is the love that you share to those who are harsh that is going to reap the greatest rewards for you, that is going to make your love far more potent, that is going to evolve you to greater levels of consciousness that you in that sense do not even understand exist yet. It is the idea of coming into the one consciousness. It is the idea of coming into the whole consciousness by sharing your whole love. Your whole life is dedicated to helping those out, whether they are harsh or whether they are just quiet, whether they're strangers on the street, whether they're people you haven't met in years, and maybe you had some type of falling out. You reconcile all of it with love, because that is its nature of quality. It's for everybody. So when you have all this great love flowing through you, no, it's not you hoarding that love. And here's the thing. The love isn't yours in the first place. The love belongs to creation. The love belongs to God. It's not even your love. It's not a property. It's not something you can sign your name on, because if it was, you wouldn't be able to give it away. This energy flowing through your body right now, it's not yours. It belongs to God. It's creation. So think about that for a moment. This again is the idea where people feel, oh, well, it's my energy, it's my love, it's my heart, it's my. No, nothing belongs to you. There is only God. And so this vessel, created by God, flows the life energy of God, which radiates the love of God to be shared and distributed freely. And when you look at love in that particular way, you understand, well, it truly is something selfless. It truly is something that is meant to be contributed to others. They do not need to earn love. You did not need to earn love from the one who created your soul. It was given to you because the love was necessary in order for you to be into being. That's the idea. Regardless of whatever belief systems you may have relating to the origin of your soul, know that it was created out of love, and that the love itself was given freely. And that is what you are here to do. So, the very, very loving will attract the very, very harsh, because it's an equal and opposite reaction. You have so much love to give, and now God is sending you all these people to give the love to. They may be harsh, they may be quiet, they may be shy, they may be strangers. It doesn't matter. They all deserve love. Does not mean you have to dedicate so many years of your life giving them love, because that's not giving love. That's a hesitation there. I have to spend so many years trying to give love to this person. No, because you have animosity towards that person. You are allowing your own emotional triggers to blind you, preventing yourself from seeing that this is another human being that is starved for love because they have been hurt. They have been betrayed. They have been conflicted. And all you're here to do is just give that love freely, without the idea of feeling that there needs to be a stipulation, that there needs to be a condition to this love. That's not love. That again is belief. You are assigning these beliefs towards this person because, oh, maybe it's my husband, and my husband lacks so much love, and he starves for love, and he's draining me, etc. Because you're constantly going into your own emotional triggers regarding the situation, and you don't see the truth. He's starved for love. He's been betrayed. He's been hurt. He's been harmed. He's been conflicted. And you're his partner. Doesn't a partner love their other half, their other partner, with all of that love, with all of their heart, with all of their soul? Well, what's stopping you from giving all that love to him? It's the aspect of consequence. It's the aspect of beliefs. That's the only thing standing in your way. Once the beliefs are out of the way, once the consequences are all lifted away, and you don't see it in that way anymore, and you realize love is here. Love is flowing through me to be given to another, to be given to everything. That's its nature. It's selfless. There's no such thing as selfish love. The idea of anything selfish comes into the idea of an emotional trauma, a traumatic situation, a heavy belief. That's what creates the aspect of selfishness. Oh, I got all this love, well, I'm going to hoard it for myself. We're not saying that you cannot use love for yourself, but yes, use love for yourself and radiate it to everybody else, because that's what love wants. Love wants to hold everybody in her arms and embrace everybody with the greatest forms of affection imaginable. That's what love wants. Love is not just here to embrace you. It's here to embrace everybody. Love is that energy of the greatest family together, because love is embracing them together. Love is family. Love is togetherness. Love is selflessness. Love is giving in all the ways that can be expressed harmoniously. So whether the idea of people in your life are harsh or not, it's all because you have a lot of love to give. And that's a common expression on your planet. I have a lot of love to give. You don't say, I have a lot of love to have. No, you have a lot of love to give, not to have. And that's the difference. And that is why many of the loving people who have an enrichment of this love feel like they're attracting a lot of people that may seem harsh, because they're starved for it. And because you have a lot of love, you're going to attract a lot of people who have a lack of love. Equal and opposite reaction. That's how it's going to happen. It's not through some aspect of some past life thing, or that you're being cursed or you're being hexed. You're all going into mind play here. You're playing with beliefs. You're assigning these things to yourselves because you need to try and have some type of ego gratification relating to the ideas, oh, well, this happened to me in a past life, so this has to happen to me now. That's your own invention of your own karmic debt that is self-imposed. Get out of that. Look into the idea that the reason why you hold these particular type of harsh people in your life is because you have a lot of love to give and you haven't been giving it. You've been giving it to a few who basically want to praise you, who want to support you, who want to shout to the rooftops about you. And that's all fine. But that is not the idea of why love is here. You don't need to give love to those who are already loving. You can if you wish, but the ones that need it the most, that's what love wants to help. Love wants to help them the most. This is why many of these people who, again, are harsh in some particular way will come to you, because they are crying out for love. They are starved for love. They have been going through nothing but pain, and you are a powerful receptor for this love. And now you are giving it away freely. No expectations, no conditions, no hidden agendas, no stipulations. Loving for love's sake. Because this love that you hold is not yours. It belongs to God. It is God. It is creation's. And so, the universe will bring these people to you. Do not be overwhelmed when you feel so many of these people are coming to you. That is showing you just how powerful your love is. When you have hundreds of people telling you, maybe again they're going through some harsh times, maybe they're harsh themselves, but they come to you. And they come to you because that is the property of the manifestation that you're bringing forward, because you have so much love to give. You're such a loving person. If you were not, you would not have all these people clamoring to you, running up to you, wanting to talk to you. Maybe wanting to play a blame game, maybe wanting to be harsh. Nonetheless, you have so many people running up to you. Why is this happening, Adronis? Because you have a lot of love to give, and you're not giving out enough. And when you give out more and more love, and it now radiates through you, it doesn't even involve a conversation. It's a moment. It's a moment of presence. It's a moment where you see all these people as yourself. And as you have so much love for yourself, what's stopping you from giving your love to all these other people that you see as yourself? Don't you see that? Everybody's you. You're just giving out love to other versions of yourself. If you say, oh, Adronis, I love myself, well, then you have no problem giving love to other people. What's the issue here? It's because you are contaminated with the state of belief. You are contaminated in thinking that, oh, well, this person is so mean to me and I only want people who are nice to me. No, that's not the idea. That's not the deal. If you hold a lot of love, you are responsible for the distribution freely of that love. Selflessly giving. Otherwise, you don't have that kind of love. Because that love is going to turn into selfishness. And it is going to turn into bitterness. And you are going to dry up. And you're going to feel very, very shallow. And then you're going to feel very, very hollow about everything that you do. Because you are not utilizing your love that is freely given to you. Love is given to you. It's not something that you're basically born with. You were created out of love, and that love is a streaming river. It is not something stagnant. It is not like a block that you're putting into yourself. You are made out of love, but that love is a river. It streams. It connects with everything else that is loving, because everything else that is loving was created out of that love. So it is a streaming river of beautiful love flowing through you, flowing through another, flowing through another, flowing through another. Some may have narrow passages relating to the love. Some may have wide berths. And you may have a very wide berth relating to this love because you are created out of it and it flows through everything. So those who have the very fine, narrow gaps that are not receiving a lot of love, you're on call. You're going up to them and you're being present with them and you're sharing this love that flows through you because you're made out of love just as they are, and you're widening their narrow gap. And now they have a wider berth because they're now accepting that love. They're now becoming much more deeply enamored with the feeling of love. They say, oh my goodness, this is what I've been missing. This is what I felt when I was very, very little, but I had forgotten it. And this wonderful person comes along and shares their love with me. And now my love is opening up a lot more. And now this love streams, and the love says, give me away, share me with everybody, because that's how I am. I am selfless. There is no selfishness in love. It's very important for you to know that. So, this is exactly the reason of why the loving attract the harsh, and this is the very reason why love is meant to be given away freely to widen the gap so that everyone can be loving in the grandest degrees and return that love back to God. Beautiful, sacred geometrical clothing, apparel, and accessories imbued with spirit source energy to heal, rejuvenate, detoxify, and strengthen the body. Shop now at healingcodeshop.com. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck, and of course check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.